All right, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well, enjoying the day, enjoying your quarantine, enjoying your safe at home, sit at home, shelter in place, whatever we're calling it these days. But I wanted to come and share a couple things that are on my mind. In particular, this idea of how, depending on who you talk to, depending on what you do, depending on all these different things, I'm trying to get to a place where I'm not like, I guess I'm just going to be bright today. Good grief. There we go, that's better. I guess I'll just walk, it's fine. On my bald head, whatever. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, anyway, just don't look at me, all right? Just listen. I've been having conversations with people, and a lot of them have been really positive. A lot have been really good. People making the best of the situation, doing the best they can. You know what I mean? From a spiritual perspective, they're really leaning into God, really leaning into making decisions, going after it, reaching out to their friends and family and giving them hope. On the other side, you've got some other people that I talk to that are just flat depressed and down and discouraged. And, some of that is legit. Some of that is, hey, it's a tough time, et cetera, but what I want to share is, as leaders, we have to be in a position where we're giving power, where we're giving faith, we're giving courage, we're giving these things. And we can't do that if we're in a position where we don't have it. And I think on the one hand, so this is going to be kind of multifaceted here, I guess. I'll try to collect my thoughts as I'm speaking here, unfortunately. But so on the one hand, there's a passage in the Bible where Jesus is in a large crowd, and everybody's crowded around him, and and he's walking around, and this lady who'd been subject to bleeding for years and years and had tried all sorts of different home remedies and doctors and stuff like that, spent all she had, it said, on doctors and remedies to try to fix this, touched the hem of his robe. So just basically touched his, cuff of his pant. And then he's paused and like, hey, who touched me? And the disciples are like, what the heck are you talking about? Everybody's touching you, yo. What's your deal? And he's like, no, I felt power come out of me. So Jesus feels power come out of him because that's what leaders do. Leaders have power, and when they lead, that power comes out. That's called influence. Leadership is influence. And we have the power to use that influence in a negative way or a positive way. We have that power that comes out of us. It can be either a negative power or it can be a positive power. It's up to us to determine what that is. If we fill ourselves up with positive power, in my experience from the scriptures, your times with God, your personal, professional development, whatever that is, growing yourself as a human, as a man, as a leader, and putting that positivity into practice, then you're actually going to be able to give out power. Just like Jesus' power coming out of you. You're going to be able to engage that. And so, in that fashion, power will come out of you. It will go out of you. And so, when that power goes out of you, is that going to be all of your power? Are you going to be able to keep giving out power? Or is that the end of it? Are you not going to have any more power left to give out? And so when we as leaders have just enough power for ourselves, guess what happens? When we give out that power, the first time a tough conversation, first time change, a shift, something we have to pivot on comes into play, we are in a position where we can't give out any more than what we've got. And so we need to fill ourselves with positivity, fill ourselves with power, not to look at the situation and see just the pie in the sky, blue skies and rainbows and sunbeams from heaven, but like look at it through faith. Look at it through the opportunity. Look at it through the possibility. Not ignoring the truth, not ignoring the facts, but what else can happen here? Because we've got to be the barometers. We've got to be the ones that control. We've got to be the thermostat, not the thermometer. I posted that a while back. That controls the temperature of the room, not the one that just shows the temperature of the room. And I think too many of us are thermometers. We're showing the temperature of the room. We don't lead the temperature of the room. We don't make it cool. We don't make it hot. We don't make it what it needs to be, the right temperature, because we're not filling ourselves up with power. I'm preaching to myself. We're not filling ourselves up with power. And so what we need to do is we need to fill ourselves up with power, because if we don't, here's what's going to happen. We're going to have conversations. We're going to engage with people. We're going to engage with family members. We're going to engage with friends. We're going to engage with those that we're mentoring or discipling. And what they are going through is going to attach itself to us. And as they attach itself to us, we then get discouraged. We then get down. We then get whatever they have. The Bible says that if you're trying to help someone who's in sin, you should be careful lest you also be tempted, it says. What that means is that when you're helping somebody else, you've got to be careful. You got to be on your guard, because what they're going through will jump up on you and will come at you, right? We've all experienced this where we're trying to help somebody with discouragement or they're down or whatever. And all of a sudden, we're done with that conversation, and now we feel that. We're feeling the same thing. And so out of the blue, we feel these things. And it's like, where the heck did that come from? We didn't have enough power in us to protect us from what's going on in them from coming onto us. And so I got hit with this yesterday and the day before. Like literally the last 4 days, I've had just enough power to make it on my own. And it's because I haven't been spending the extra time to get more power. And that's my bad. And so the consequence is that I felt discouraged and I felt down, and I allowed stuff that other people were going through to affect me. And so in that, here's the thing. Here's the call to duty today. Go get some power. Go get more power than you think you need, because you need more than you think you need. And when you're using it, make sure that you go fill yourself back up. All right? Hope that good for you guys today. Praying for you. Have a good one. Peace.